Hi everybody, I'm back. It's me, Shenandoah, Squishy Stitches. This is Flosstube number 7. It's been a little while. Lots of things have been happening, so got in the way of filming. No bats. You'll be happy to know, no bats. Just lots of stuff. There was like a couple weeks where everybody in the family, it seemed like, needed to see the doctor. My dog Dimples, you've met him, the black and white one. He hurt his ear. He got what is called an oral hematoma. It's where the ear, some of the blood vessels in the ear burst, and so the ear swelled up like a balloon between the two flaps of skin. So we had to take him to the vet for that. There's two options. He was either going to need surgery, but first we did steroids and that started working, so no surgery for him, thank goodness. Still a little swollen, but it's definitely going down. It takes a while to heal, even with surgery, so it's mostly done, but that was scary. We don't know what caused it. Both the dogs are rough and tumble dogs. It probably got hurt while they were wrestling. So there is that. Then my son got bit by mosquitoes, and he's one of those people who is borderline allergic to them, so he swells up. So poor kid got bit by each temple. One was in his eyebrow, one was over here, and he looked like somebody slammed his face with a board. Big poopy eyes. They ended up turning black and blue for a little while, so we saw the doctor for that, because when your child looks like they got hit by a board, you take them to the doctor. And then I got a bladder infection, so I felt pretty horrible for a few days. Life, right? Everybody has it. And then it's been really hot and miserable. 60% humidity and 90 plus degrees. Lots of fun. Air conditioning at work broke. Even more fun. And then in Michigan, this time of year, it's always a drought, so since I work for a lawn care company and we take care of grass, hundreds of customers come calling saying, "You burnt my grass." It's like, no, it's because it's hot and dry, and even if you water your grass twice a day, it's not going to stay green. It's just not. Because drought. Everything suffers during a drought, and every summer in Michigan there's a drought. Go figure, we're surrounded by water and we get droughts. And then got caught up in back to school stuff because we got a call from a school we've been trying to get Riker into, called Inoa Academy, and it's a charter school, which some places charter schools are not good. Some they're really god-awful. Where I live, they happen to be good schools. This one is a year-round school, so they get 4 weeks off in the summer, and so rather than planning on him going back to school at the end of August, we had to plan for beginning of August. He starts in 2 weeks. And we chose this school for a couple reasons. One, he would do better in a year-round school. He gets really bored and fussy and irritable during the summer because there's a lack of routine. He likes his routine, as do most people with autism. So that was one reason. So the routine is year-round rather than 9 months of the year. And the other reason is they teach these kids at the level they're at. So, like my son, he's going into 3rd grade, but he can do 4th and some 5th grade math. So rather than a public school where they teach 3rd grade math to 3rd graders, he will be able to study the 4th and 5th grade math that he's at. But he's behind in reading and writing, so they'll teach him at that level. So that's the main reason we chose it. It's also smaller class size. The school is kindergartner through 8th grade, and there's 300 students. So it's a very small class size, and we like that for him. So we will see how that goes in 2 weeks when he starts up. But in the meantime, there's a lot you have to do when your kid goes to a new school. We had to get his health records from the doctor. We had to get his immunization records from the health department. Plus, there's all the enrollment forms you have to fill out. I still have to find his copy of his IEP and then get that all to the school. Plus, buying all the school supplies. I don't have a problem buying school supplies. I usually buy lots of extras for the kids who can't afford them. Because we're lucky enough we can. We're not flush with money, but we have enough to get by and help out. And I think the worst thing in society is the me, mine, mine. So we buy extras. Just in case there's the kids who can't. Because not all parents will. So there's that. And then had issues with the car. That's a story. So our neighbor across the alley, he has apparently somehow managed to really piss off some criminal types. I don't know the story, don't want to know, want to not be involved. So we know he's pissed off somebody criminally minded because this is the 3rd time this summer all his car windows have been smashed in. Yeah. But our taillight was smashed. Same day. And so we were pretty angry. Because it's like, we're not involved in this bullshit. We don't want to be involved in this crap. It's leave us alone, we'll leave you alone, because I don't want to be involved. So we had to call the cops, and they had to come out and do an investigation, and it was a big thing. And then the next day, after the cops showed up and talked to us and took pictures and our statements and all this information, our other neighbor next door came over. She's like, I was mowing my lawn, and my mower kicked a rock and broke your tail light. I'm gonna pay for it, but I thought you should know. So here we have the cops out to do this investigation for something that didn't happen. And we had to call them and say, oh, by the way, it was just an accident, completely uninvolved with the neighbor's car being smashed the other night. So that was fun. Hopefully things settled down for the neighbor, but we're still not involved because it wasn't them, whoever's smashing the windows. I don't know what happened. I kind of want to know. I want to be the nosy neighbor and go, what happened? But at the same time, the less I know, the better. Because, yeah, I mean, the old neighbor Eric, he's a really nice guy. He really is. His ex-wife and all their kids, other than one daughter, completely batshit crazy. Completely batshit crazy. Don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Unfortunately, they have kids that live right across the street that are Riker's age, so they end up playing together. But Brennan, the kid my son plays with, has in the past stopped kids from bullying Riker. So even though his family's batshit crazy, at least Brennan's okay. He's suffers from a severe lack of parenting, but he's got a good heart at least, so we're hoping maybe we can be a positive influence in his life, maybe. But, I mean, how do you say no, you can't be friends with this kid who defends you? You really can't, even if you don't like their family. So, that's my life for the last 3 weeks. Doctors, police, school. My kid bought a new backpack, and true to form, he chose the most flamboyant one. You know those sequins that go you brush them one way and they're like one color, and you brush them the other way and they're a different color? That's his backpack. Very true to form. He loves sparkly, shiny stuff. So we're at the checkout to the store. He looks at the guy ringing it up and goes, "I'm a girly boy." Riker's very proud to be a girly boy. And he's very happy with his sequined backpack. That's one reason he gets bullied, unfortunately. Because he likes that sort of stuff and we don't say no. Maybe we should, to stop the bullying, but I don't want to teach my son that he can't have things because of other people. Because that's stupid. And he likes nail polish. Oh, my friend Maddie was in town. I forgot to mention that. Maddie was in town from Vegas. It was great. We had a lot of fun. We went out for dinner a couple times. We saw Jurassic World, which is a great movie. Maddie got to see how I react to dinosaur movies, which is basically by covering my face and squeaking and flailing. I'm pretty sure I annoy most of the people in theater who are around me. But that's how I watch them. And we all got our nails done. So I have purple. Riker and Maddie both chose pink. And we did that. That was fun. So Riker now has pink nail polish. And then I have a purple very close to this in my nail polish. So I painted his toenails purple. Because why not? He loves it. He was so happy when I painted his toenails. The first time I ever painted his toenails was probably about 4 months ago. And he was just in wonder. He's like, I'm old enough to have my toenails painted? So, yeah, that's what we did. But yeah, that's my life for the last few weeks. So, been working on some cross-stitch stuff, obviously. This one, I was down with food poisoning yesterday, and I wanted something simple to work on. It's not a lot of color changes and pretty big blocks of color, because I still wanted to work on something, because I'm weird that way. So I pulled this one out. Little owl. That's what I got done. Looking very candy cornish. You can't see it, but there's white right here. So I've got yellow, orange, white. The colors aren't showing up really well on the camera. Let's try my white method. Not really showing them. They're like lemon yellow and carrot orange and white. So it's looking very candy corn. I also worked on the cross stitch for Maddie. Well, Maddie's little niece that's going to be born in September. So that's that. And this is what I got. I've got a lot done. Last time you saw it, I didn't have the giraffes in there. So I've added the water and the giraffes and a little frog. That frog gave me conniption fits. I did the water around it first, but miscounted everything. I have counting mistakes. A lot of them. It's whatever. So, miscounted that, ripped out the water, put the frog in, miscounted the frog, grouped it out, put it back in. It's right now. But that took a week to get the frog in there. Now I'm working off in this corner where the turtles are. Turtles and another frog and a little bug. So that's what I've got done on that one. I really like the giraffes, how they turn out. They'll be even cooler when I actually apply them. But it's cute. For a while, I really kind of hated working on it because I wasn't really seeing much in it. But now that I see the giraffes and the pictures coming together, I'm more interested in it. Which is a good thing because I only have 2 months to finish it. I'm not even half done. So once I get this section done, I'll be half done. I hope to get this done by August. That way I can get most of this done in August and maybe this part done before the baby's born. And then put the name in. That's my goal. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this one because this one has a timeline that's coming up pretty fast. And then I have another baby one to start. My cousin Emiko is pregnant. Yay! What else did I work on? So, I worked on the fairies a little tiny bit. I wasn't into it this time around. So let me unroll it. And straighten out the threads. Give me a moment. Should have done this before, I'm sorry. So, I've been working on this corner. Last time I didn't have this diagonal right here done. I finished that one, and I started this one. And then I got sick of it, and I miscounted something, and I was like, whatever, I'm done. Wasn't into it. That happens. You all know what that's like when you're just not feeling something. Then I worked on this one. The Strike a Balance by Emma Condon. Stitch Robia. Last time you saw it, the sun wasn't there, I don't think. So now I've got the sun, the clouds, and I'm working on the mountains over here. I'm pretty far behind where I thought I would be. But it's not a priority at the moment because I have to finish the birth one. And the last one I've worked on is the Mandragora, which is that one. A little angry potato. That's what I've been calling it, my angry potato. And this is him. So you can see his little angry mouth right in here, And you can see where his arms go, right there, and on the other side. You can see his legs forming. So yeah, that's what I've done on that one. I really like this one, but I do really need to finish the birth one because there's so much more to do. So I've been focusing on that one. So that's my whips. I do have an FFO, which I'm really proud of this one. So this is a project you all saw when I finished it. It's the Not All Who Wander Are Lost by again Emma Condon. There's so much in there. No. Okay. So, isn't that frame just perfect? Here we go. Figured it out. Isn't that frame perfect? Looks like the frame's been on an adventure. I love it. This is for my niece. Her birthday was on the 6th, but she was up north hiking with her brother in the woods of northern Michigan for a couple weeks. And then she was in Ohio visiting her mom. So I haven't seen her to give it to her, which is good because then I get to show you. perfect that frame is. Oh. It was the first frame I picked up. And it was the perfect one, so I got it. And then I do have a little bit of haul. So got these on clearance. A carrot. I don't know why I got these other than they were $1.50. And an eggplant. I figured they'd be really cute in my kitchen at some point. I really wanted a third one, but I couldn't find anything in this series that would work. So it's just going to be the two. And that's okay. And then with the whole 25th Mirabilia thing, no, I did not get Labia Liberty. I don't really want her. I thought about it. And then thinking about it, I realized I only wanted her because of the hype around her. So I'm not getting her, because that's not a good enough reason to buy the pattern. If you really love her, great. If you want to stitch her so bad, awesome. I just wasn't into her. So I got the little booklet with the cameo design in it. So I really loved the cameo design. There it is. And for me, that's just gorgeous. I love it so much. So I got that, because that was the only one out of that release that really interested me. I'm picky. And then I was watching Michelle Bendy, and she had found where to buy this. This has been one of the first time I saw her working on it. I was like, oh, I need that so much. And then it wasn't available. So I was so frustrated. It was like I needed it. So I got the Toasty TARDIS. I don't remember the designers on it, so I'll link it below. I wanted that so bad. It's the TARDIS. And I have the perfect fabric for it. Because it's this. This is a one-off hand-dyed that I bought randomly on a whim because it was too pretty to pass up. But doesn't that look almost like the Time Vortex? Looks outer spacey and galaxy-ish. And the tiny TARDIS will be absolutely perfect on that. I am so excited to do this one. I don't have to wait. And I am so happy to find a use for this fabric because it's so gorgeous. It's a 28 count, but because it's hand-dyed, it's more like a 30. I think I'm going to do the tiny TARDIS 1/1 on it. So that, and then frame it so you see a lot of this fabric. So I can't wait to do that. But it has to wait because I have priorities. We all have priorities, but I have deadlines right now, so gotta do that. And that's really all I've worked on. That's all I've bought. Yeah. So, it's, like I said, it's been a few weeks. I will be back sooner than that. Unless something unforeseen happens and everybody in my family gets sick and has to see the doctor. Yeah. Because, you know, all that takes time. But, for now, have fun.